Right, boys. We'll move into the kind of main part of what we wanted to talk about was which the top five's next 6 games. Because I think that this is a part of the season where this could be a moment where the table starts to take shape with the top half, and it's really, really tight right now. I wanted to start with Man City. They were on last night, so obviously one of the games down here they've just played. They currently have 41 points after 20 games. Sorry, they had 41 points after 20 games last season. My bad. And they're currently on 41 after 19 games. So they're pretty much in exactly the same spot points-wise this season as they were last season. And they're currently top of the league table, which is interesting. Matthew, their next 6 games were West Brom away, which they won 5-0 last night. They then play Sheffield United at home, Burnley away, Liverpool away, Spurs at home, Arsenal away. It's an interesting run-in. How do you see them doing over that?
I think they do really, really well. I think Man City, I think they actually comfortably win the league. I think your Liverpool's and that are going to struggle, and I think what were the last 3? Was it Liverpool, Arsenal?
Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean that's a real test for them, but I think they do very well in those games, and like I said, I don't think they drop too many points this season.
I agree. I think they walk it now. I don't think United can keep up with them. And then, as you say, they've got a little tough spell there, but their record against Arsenal is unbelievable. I can hardly remember Arsenal ever giving them any problems.
Yeah,
when's that game?
Like a month away.
That's 5 more games away. So
I'm watching them, and it just looks like a Pep team again. You know how we were talking when we started doing the podcast. We were speaking about them at the start of the season. I was like, yeah, they don't really have that kind of like Pep swagger. I watch them now, and it's like they're just zipping about everywhere. Everyone's got confidence. Cancelo's fucking running the show at right back, playing as like a centre midfielder.
Yeah.
Have you realised as well? I don't know if you just realised. He's changed it, so he's playing a left foot on the left and a right foot on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's playing Foden as a left foot on the left, which he normally doesn't. He normally loves wingers coming inside. I don't know if you've realised Sterling's now. I mean, obviously they rotate as the kind of game goes on, but he's mainly going with a left foot on the left and a right foot on the right, which I think is really interesting. He's going with Foden. It's mainly like Foden or Mahrez or even Bernardo Silva and then Sterling. And I just thought, to me, it stuck out. I think tactically, it's just really clever. Maybe something just wasn't quite clicking, and he's got little things like that I think can make a huge difference.
I think he looks like he's loving it as well. Like, at the start of the season, he maybe looked like a wee bit stressed out in that, where you see him, obviously they're scudding West Brom, but him on the sideline, he was like proper enjoying watching his team knock the ball about.
Football, that is such a good result. Pep playing beautiful football and destroying a team like Sam Allardyce.
It is actually. It's a great result for football.
Yeah. See what else is really important is, let's be honest, when your team has 2 solid centre backs, they're going to play pretty much every game in the season. Mate, you're always in for a chance.
Yeah.
Diaz and Stones, he knows his 2 centre back pairing now, and not to mention that Diaz is an absolute machine, and John Stones deserves all credit. And the fact that he's nailed that down is the key to it all, I think. What it's like.
Fair play to John Stones as well, because he was at the team for a while, right?
Massively, man. He's all of a sudden getting all this credit. And then I think he's sorted obviously right and left back as well. But Kyle Walker's struggling now to get in that team.
Yeah.
How does he?
Cancelo dead set.
He'll rotate them because Pep always does rotate. But I think obviously Cancelo's going to play more. And by the way, do you not think that I think Zinchenko at left back is class?
Yeah, he's so good.
I think you could play him centre mid. I reckon you could play him as a false 9. I reckon you could play him as a wing. He's so versatile. He can play anywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say the same about that Cancelo. I'm pretty sure he can play centre mid. He
does. Does. It's the Pep. They all just love being on the ball. They love playing football. They could play anywhere. Those boys.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cancelo and Zinchenko and that play quite. They almost tuck in as like centre midfielders, and then you've got a left footer Foden wide as anything on the left, and then Raheem on the right, and it just seems to click now. Even when they've not got Aguero.
They must have some games at training. Just so much quality everywhere. Just
their squad depth's frightening, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're saying about Kyle Walker, who can't even get into the team right now. And
They'd start in just about any other team, wouldn't they? Surely.
He'd walk in. He'd walk into any other team, probably in the Premier League, do you reckon?
100%.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So yeah, mate. To answer the question, I think they cruise it.
I think everyone's almost in agreement with that statement. My only one thing, and I know they just scored 5 goals last night, so this sounds like a bit of a ridiculous statement, but my only thing is without in tougher games, because they played really well last night, but that's probably the best team in the league right now against the second worst team in the league. So, but still, 5-0's a thumping. I just worry that if Aguero can't get fit, he clearly doesn't trust Jesus to be his 9 because he's never playing him. He's playing De Bruyne there, he's playing Sterling there, he's playing Torres there. He clearly doesn't trust it. I think that's the only thing that can hamper them. By the way, De Bruyne misses all those games. If his time period is what they say it's going to be, he misses all those games. So, you know, the Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, that could be interesting because if all of a sudden, if let's just say they don't get a win in those 3, or they even draw 1 and lose 2, all of a sudden that gap's closed again. You know what I mean? So it could be interesting. But
there's no way they do as badly as drawing 1 and losing 2 of those.
Yeah, mate. They've got goals all over the pitch. John Stones up front. He'll bag up double.
Because Liverpool away, Spurs home, Arsenal away. I don't know. I mean,
it's still 3 games away. It's a lot of football before that.
Yeah,
but
there is a lot of football before that. There's 18 points in total up for grabs there, Scotty. Mm-hmm. Obviously they've just beat West Brom in that first one. What do you think they come out of that run with roughly out of the 18?
They're 19 probably. They're playing that fucking well. I don't know.
Talking.
You come to me for the maths question. I'm sweating here.
Put you under pressure.
Yeah. I mean, the way they're going, there's no way they can't.
I'll help him. I'm going 16.
What do you think they'll draw against Liverpool?
Then they'll maybe get 2 draws in there.
Yeah, I mean the way it's going with COVID and injuries and stuff, but they've got such a strong squad, so much depth. Like it doesn't matter who they bring in. They'll bring in Gundogan, he'll play well. Take him out, Bernardo Silva come in, he'll play well. It seems like even injuries isn't going to stop them. But I can see Arteta getting points against Man City.
That would be class. I'd love that, right?
Yeah, I just love the underdog.
By the way, even if you come out and said like, right, they'll maybe get 15, so they'll lose 1 game or 13, a loss and a draw or whatever. The way that the league's going, that's still going to be head and shoulders above everyone else. No one else is going to go the next, whatever you ask, Canon, no one's going to win the next 6 games.
Yeah, as you say, Greg, a team like United needs to go undefeated. You just can't see them or Liverpool or Spurs doing that, can you?
Maybe in different seasons, yeah, but
the
way that this season in particular is gone, it's not going to happen, and City will definitely pick up. Well, I think they might pick up 18 points from that, if I'm being honest, but even if you say they pick up 15.
Like you said, Ken, at the start, like West Ham have come from nowhere, but in this season, if you win 2 or 3 games in a row, it's a huge step forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Teams seem to be dropping points everywhere.
If
you can find that wee run, like this next 6 games, if you can go on a rerun, it could totally change the season, but only looks like Man City are the only team that are going to go on that run, don't they?
So, Liam, what do you think? Do you agree with most of that? What do you think about next 18 points? What do they get?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do get 18 out of 18. They're playing that well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still tough games, obviously, so you never know. But if they play the way they're playing right now, I think they're honestly untouchable. They're just hitting that peak right now. They look so good. And as you said, the biggest thing is the squad depth they have. Like if they have an injury to 1 or 2 big players, like De Bruyne's out injured. Obviously, he's a big miss, but it doesn't seem like it's not huge. Whereas obviously with Liverpool, obviously Van Dijk being injured, that's a massive miss because he can't really fill that void as well as a City can. Like De Bruyne's been playing up front. He gets injured. Obviously, he's been doing really well there, but you've got Jesus or Aguero can go and slot in there anyway. I know obviously Pep maybe doesn't trust Jesus so much, but he's still a world-class striker that will get you goals.
No, he will. I definitely. I've said this before on here. Someone showed me some stats about him, Jesus, and his stats were way better than I thought they were compared to how much I've seen him play. So, what do you guys think then? as an agreement, because I'm going to put it down. Out of 18, if you can all agree on a number they're going to get, what would you say as a group?
Ooh.
I think
I can say 16.
I was going to say I think they'll get 5. I think they'll get 5 wins and then they'll draw against either Spurs or Liverpool, and they'll beat Arsenal. And so I'd say 16.
So yeah, 16's a fair shout.
Yeah,
16?
yeah, I agree with that.
Josh, they've also got a secret weapon on the bench there, and an unused Liam Delap, who got a big future ahead of him, young Liam.
That's potentially the worst fantasy shout so far this season. That's potentially.
Well, as in your fantasy team.
He came on and kept the clean sheet for 10 minutes when I played on it.
Oh man, Scott, he was like, nah, he's decent, man. He played in the cup. Fucking no chance.
Literally been bombed back to the fucking under-19s wherever he came from.
Fair. The next team who are currently second, Man United. They had 31 points after 20 games last season. They currently have 40 after 19 games. So they're 9 points better off right now than they were last season. You can see that makes sense, really, I think, Scotty. I mean, it completely makes sense.
Yeah, there's a totally different team from last year, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Liam, what do you think watching United? They look like they've got a bit of a spark back to them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, Ollie was under a lot of pressure, but if I compare him to watching more of Chelsea games, like Chelsea's big players just weren't hitting form at all, whereas all United's big players are hitting form at the right time. You know, like Pogba is looking like a completely different player.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes has been unreal. I mean, Rashford, still very, very good. Just maybe has to contribute to more goals if United are really going to be up there and challenging. And I mean, Martial, for me, he's the only one out of like the top players I'm just not too sure about with their attacking players. I just think he's very hot and cold. He's so inconsistent.
I'd play Cavani instead of him.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And he's another one, Cavani. He's come in and he's looking really good. He's looking better every game he's playing. So,
can we just go back to when Cavani first signed and Matthew called him stiff?
Yeah, he did.
I've let him get a few games in him, man. I said
he's listened up.
Matthew also said on one of the first episodes, "Watch this space. Timo Werner's going to bang the goals in."
We all thought it. I was the only one that balls to say.
To be fair, yeah, we did all think I thought it.
As well. I thought
everyone thought it, man.
I still think he will, by the way. I just give him time. He just needs to get his confidence.
When he goes to Derby next season, he'll be first class. We need to stop doing podcasts during games because Man United are getting beat off Sheffield right now.
Mate, Man United went down last week when we did this. Let's keep going, even though they won in the end.
Exactly.
It would be the most United thing ever to get beat off Sheffield, though, for their first.
Yeah, it would. I fucking hope so.
Okay.
Greg, their next 6 are currently Sheffield United at whom?
Who's that? Fucking whom?
David.
Whom United?
Yeah. Sheffield United at home, where they're currently getting beat. They then play Arsenal away, Southampton home, Everton home, West Brom away, Newcastle home. How do you see them doing overall in those next?
I think they win. I'll put my neck on the line. I think they win tonight.
Right.
Leg on the line.
Leg on the line.
Yeah, leg on the line.
Oh man. We'll explain it later.
Even though they're 1-0 down. So I think they win tonight. To be honest, actually, I think they beat Arsenal as well. Is Arsenal home or away?
Arsenal's away.
Ooh, I'll put them down for a draw. Give me the next. It's like putting on a coupon. Give me the next
draw.
I'm at the fucking bookies here.
Might as well be.
Matthew, how do you think they do in those net 6?
Pesh.
Hopefully pesh.
I don't know, mate. Just fucking Bruno gets injured and Pogba fucking leaves in January. Pogba leaves in January and they go down the shitter again. I don't know.
Looking at that 6 and looking at City's 6, especially City's last 3, United have got the favourable fixture list.
Yeah, but the league doesn't finish in the next 6 games, coach.
I know. I'm just saying. I think this could be a little this run of 6 games could be the point where things really start to open up. But this season's been so mental.
Hey,
So.
you said this 4 podcasts ago. Like you said at Christmas, this is when the table starts taking shape.
Every week, this could be the.
Yeah, in a few weeks, Liverpool will be top. Then we can start going on this.
I mean, you would expect them to beat West Brom and Newcastle, but you'd expect them to beat Sheffield United, and they're losing to them right now. So it's so unpredictable, right?
Yeah, I know. I think
I'm chucking a fiver on them to win 3-0.
I think what a waste of a fiver.
Nah, mate. Fucking happening, mate.
Ollie McBurney's going to score a double.
I'd love that, mate.
I would love
fucking
that.
saluting.
I know you obviously can't take what's going on tonight like with too much value, but they do really, really well against the smaller teams. So as Liam says, take tonight away, but they'll beat Newcastle, they'll beat West Brom. Arsenal, I mean, I'm still not set on Arsenal. They're playing slightly better now with the younger boys, but
yeah.
I think United still probably beat them.
I think Everton will be their toughest game.
Yeah, Everton's tough. Is Everton home or away, Cannon?
Everton's at Old Trafford. So
you know
they're better away.
There's no fans still.
United are better away from home at the moment, I think.
They are better away.
It's some better.
Scotty, do you not think that the reason I kind of was thinking about this is what to talk about was because Man City had arguably got their most influential player out for the next 6. Leicester currently have their most influential player, Jamie Vardy, who sets out big moments, out for certainly probably 5 of their 6, right? So I just thought that Man United right now, like Liam said, they're the team on form, all the players have hit form, they've no injuries, their squad's pretty strong. They just look like they're best placed, I think, in this next round of 6.
I think what's been most impressive about United this season as well is they've got that proper comeback mentality, haven't they?
Yeah.
No matter what happens, they seem to still be in a game and they're grinding out results, which, as we say, that's what championship teams do. Champions teams. Not championship before I get abused. But they seem to have a real quality about them. It doesn't matter what happens, they can still stay in a game. And they could be in a title race, to be fair.
Let's move on because I'm getting depressed talking
and
about
they beat Liverpool in the FA.
It's depressing me chatting about this, man.
You boys.
Liam, Leicester, who I just mentioned with Jamie Vardy, they had 42 points after 20 games last season. They're currently on 38 after 19. So, yeah, they're roughly about where they were last season, and they're right up there right now. Like I said, Jamie Vardy's out. They play Everton away, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Wolves away, Liverpool home, Villa away. That's a test of 6 games there for them without their main striker.
Yeah, I would say that out of the fixtures we've looked at so far, I'd probably say that's the toughest overall. I mean, apart from like a Fulham away, which they should win. If they're going to be... Did you say, sorry, Vardy's out for all of their games?
Vardy due date is currently the day that they play Liverpool. So I guess that's...
How does the cunt get surgery and then he's back in like fucking 2 weeks?
Fuck knows.
So they Red Bulls, they drinks, mate.
That's why drink Red Bull and snort a Coke every weekend, young man.
Jamie Vardy's having a fucking party, all right, man.
He doesn't need any meds, man. He's straight in the gear.
He's already on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Vardy's a massive miss. He's definitely our biggest player, him and Maddison. But I just I like watching Leicester. I like watching Brendan Rodgers' teams. I just think they play very well. They defend very well. His signings have been bang on. Like we've got Tielemans, who's good. Who's the centre back they've got right now?
How good is that Fofana?
Yeah, Fofana.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, he's class. He's class as well. He's looking really good.
By the way, Soichi's injured and he's obviously back now. He's so good. Watching him, he just strolls it, man.
Yeah.
He's really good on the ball as well.
Yeah, I do like Leicester. I mean, obviously, as I said, Vardy's a massive miss, but I can still see him doing well.
The last couple of Vardy's not even scored though, and then they've been banging in goals for fun with Maddison and Barnes going forward. They look so well drilled, so much energy. They didn't need Vardy the last few games. They still won.
I watched Leicester in the cup at the weekend, and they played pretty much a full strength team, and he played Perez as their striker, and I had a feeling they'd do that. He was like testing it out for the game for the Premier League, and he's gone and done it tonight, and it'll be interesting to see if Perez starts scoring, because I don't know why I kind of rate him, and I think with playing behind Maddison and that, I reckon he could could do all right. Could get a few goals there and then.
It's not working after
There you
45 minutes. One down.
Yeah, you see when you look at the scores, how random has this league been this year?
Yeah.
It's just
It's so hard to call. Sorry, we need to do this, even though I don't want to go back to them. Out of the 18 points for Man United, how many do we think they're going to get?
I've given United 13. 4 wins, a draw and a loss.
Can we see your working there, Greg, please?
Add and subtract. What do you use? Does everyone agree with that? Would everyone be in agreement?
13.
13 points out of 18.
And that's ambitious.
That means they
Sheffield.
drop. That means they drop. They lose and then they lose a game and draw 2.
No. They lose a game, draw 1 and win 4.
Yeah.
No,
Fucking
don't
hell,
forget.
Oh yeah.
No,
Sorry,
no.
that's wonderful maths from me. Sorry.
I'm
By the
saying
way-
that's
One
shocking.
of our strong points.
But by the way, I'm being biased towards United because I'm worried that they've got a big fan base and we'll lose viewers if we keep giving them a hard time.
Ah, fuck that. Get it right. I'm going
Nah,
9.
fucking mate, they get fucking 0 points.
Yeah, Greg, I'll go with you on that. I'll go with you on that.
Cheers, mate.
13. Liam and Scotty, happy with that?
15.
Liam?
I'll go 13. Yeah, I don't think I'll get any more than that.
I'll go 13 as well.
13 it is.
Not that me.
Right, so sorry, just back to Leicester then. They're currently getting beat 1-0 by Everton. Liam, you're saying that's probably the toughest set of fixtures that we've read out yet. I'd probably agree with you. Matthew, what are you thinking in there?
Well, how many points? How many points they get?
Aye, out of 18 on that run. Do you want me to read out again or you got it?
Yeah. Read the
I
team.
read it out again.
They're playing Everton away right now.
Okay.
Leeds at home, Fulham away, Wolves away, Liverpool at home, Villa away.
Oh, that is a tough run.
That is
Yeah. How many points they get out of that?
A very tough one.
18 up for grabs. They're getting beat 1-0 right now, obviously, against Everton.
I think they get about 8.
Oof.
Oh, Greg's on for 8.
Oh, boy.
Low ball.
They're getting beat right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's fair.
So there's a loss.
Do you know what? I'll go along
go-
with Greg on that.
I'll go 11.
Scotty and Liam.
I'll go 10.
Wait, I was going to say 10 as well, genuine. I'll go 10.
Coffee me.
Greg,
Nah, three wins and a draw. 3 wins and a draw. Right.
Greg, I'm happy to go with 10 as the average.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, 10 is the average. Leicester 10. That's an interesting one. I know Jamie Vardy, see how they do. Not working out well for them.
Got like Ricardo and that Ricardo Sauchi. They're to come back. They're fit again now, which would be interesting.
But what a job Brendan Rodgers has done with that, by the way. He's
Yeah.
so
He's
good,
so good at
coaching.
developing.
Yeah.
Good at developing. Like that Justin as well. Brought in Justin, brought in Fofana. Mate, he's
Such a good coach.
such a good
I feel like he's
coach.
finally getting like the recognition of being like a world class coach. You know what I mean? He's always known to be a good coach, but I think he's really
But now
getting the
he's-
recognition.
yeah.
now.
When you see the
Yeah.
players he's making better, it's
Like I said with Moyes earlier, just kind of almost suits Leicester. Like, just suits him. The players he's got, the pressure on him. I think it suits him.